What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Chronicles. Today we are joined by ADANAUTS and Brrrbon and Cardano Robin, the two, the founder and the co-founder. And we got the NFA crew. We got a few of them here. We got my man E46, Tal Crypto, and eguz. Appreciate all of you being here. Shoot, it's
thank you for having us, man.
Man, thank y'all for being here, man. Can't wait to dive deep into ADANAUTS and Brrrbon's amazing artwork. Super sick. I can't wait for y'all to see it with us, man. What how y'all doing tonight?
It's been a nice night. Market's been beautiful today. I've been enjoying myself.
Yeah, thanks for having us on here and giving us a stage. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's super appreciative.
Yeah, we're excited for you guys to be here. We heard such great alpha on the Twitter space last night that we thought we need to record this and put this on here, and you come and tell us all about the project for everybody who checks out our videos can see. If they haven't heard of ADANAUTS, let's give them the alpha. Absolutely. Your mint is coming up. Go ahead and tell us about your mint coming up and what you guys are doing this week to prepare.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our mint coming up, our private sales coming up on the Friday the 13th. And that's going to be, we have whitelist and we have our Genesis who kind of control that. So that's coming up quick. And then we have our public sale the next day. So you got a 24-hour period to mint if you're on the whitelist. Now, a little bit about our project. We are going to have 7,777 NFTs. It's going to be a project that's art-based and also focused on 7 unique characters who are trapped in a parallel universe. Their identity has been stripped and they're stuck in unwanted alien bodies, kind of leaving the holders on a journey to unlock their true identity.
That's sick. So it's 68 for the whitelist and then 88 for the public. And then the Genesis token is the antidote, which is only 1,000, correct? And that's like the Genesis token for overexposed. It's like the lifetime membership. Is that correct?
Essentially, yeah. And there's only 300 of those. So
my bad.
Pretty limited.
You're all good. There's going to be a total of 1,000 serums and antidotes, but there's only going to be 300 Genesis.
Wow.
Okay, that's it. Okay. So they super exclusive.
All right. So if we come to your website here at adanauts.space, you've got the mint info here. We can just scroll down and see a video of Brrrbon creating the Charles Hoskinson edition ADANAUT, which is super cool. I just like to watch these videos. How long did it take you to do this?
This one took a couple hours, starting from scratch, from the eyes, the mouth. The longest kind of took the beard, and unfortunately it's kind of skipped out here because my battery died. But it took a couple hours, and it's these time lapses are always so much fun, and I needed to get back and doing more of these because everyone enjoys them.
Yeah, definitely. We love watching the time lapse, as we said before. So here we go. What is an ADANAUT? You have 7,777 in the series, built around the community storyline, like you said. What about your roadmap? What do you guys have to say here about how do you feel? What's your roadmap all about?
Yeah, so we don't really have an exact roadmap. Personally, I feel a lot of times when projects put out a roadmap before they're mint, it's a lot of times intangible expectations. They try to, have buzzwords, hype words, and try to get people to mint because of that. And I don't really want to give that expectation off. So I want people to buy my project based on the artwork and not have the expectation of, hey, am I going to be able to stake or get tokens? What kind of passive income I'm going to be making? I don't want people to have that mindset, And so I just kind of want to get back to the core fundamentals of the project and kind of what NFTs are all about.
Absolutely. And your art.
I want to ask something about that. So we talked to you about it last night, and explain about the lore, because you asked about a roadmap, but if you're going to look on the lore, you're going to find it's kind of the same, but it's in a lore. So I like it that way. Can you explain about the lore?
Yeah, absolutely. So the lore is kind of the story about the ADANAUTS and kind of how we're getting here. And I kind of wanted to build a community-based story, so the community is going to be able to have a little bit of a say. And the writer of our lore is actually a community member as well, who kind of stepped up and is kind of like is retired and has been writing his whole career. So he he was encouraged and really excited to take this this challenge on. And this is kind of like building up what we're doing for our season, kind of building up for what our trajectory is. It's not only just the art, we have plans and aspects and aspirations to kind of to have this grow. And it's just kind of taking everyone along a journey for 2022.
So you're saying, so this is the Genesis antidote right here. So 300 of these and then 700 more of the compound G's. Is that equal to 1,000? Is that correct, Brrrbon? I'm sorry if I'm off.
No, you're all good. Great questions. So we have 300 Genesis antidotes. We have these compounds which were created to kind of to craft into Genesis. So if you're able to gather 5 compounds, you'll be able to craft a Genesis antidote. We had 375 to start out with. I think now we're down to 85. 290 have been burned. So it's the numbers are dwindling on those because they're kind of going towards the antidote.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So you burn 5 to get 1 antidote.
Correct. Yeah. We gave people, there were expectations given to supporters back when the project was under other ownership. And so we wanted to be able to reward people with these compounds.
Awesome.
I love that.
They're super cool
The
looking.
owner before you was the same, like all about the clays, or how did it work when you took it off?
Say it again. Sorry.
When you took the project from him, it was the same thing, like clay. You have the same lore, or you changed a lot? You just took the name from him.
So when I took over the project, there was a lot of aspects about the lore, but there was no real proper guideline. There's nothing really set in place. It was kind of like, hey, what can we do that's going to stick? And my main focus is just purely the art. And when things were kind of going, there was never really it was my work being put on something, and I was kind of a little bit nervous and hesitant on like, my work's gonna be put on this. I don't know what the longevity of the how the leadership is controlling it. And so when I was able to take over ownership, I kind of revamped the whole lore aspect, and I was able to kind of play it along with what I kind of wanted and my vision was for it and my long-term goals.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what we saying, I'm looking here, man, everything is super, laid out, structured. Can't wait to dive into that lore for sure. So what were you expecting here after the mint? What can you break this down, or if you already touched on it? That's cool.
So what we're expecting, so each one of these ADANAUT characters is going to have like a job title. Or like a title, like either like a civilian, they're either militant, they're first responders, a teacher, a chef, things like that society has. And each chapter holders are going to be able to kind of vote upon where characters are going to be going across this map, as well as what titles these characters are going to be taking upon. During the chapter, there's going to be descriptions that play out for each character. And if you're a holder of that character with that title, you'll be given an airdrop of the item that they're going and scavenging during that chapter. Collecting all these different items will allow you to be able to build these future antidotes and serums.
That's sick. So, yeah, go ahead. Anybody have a question? Because I don't want to go off of subject.
So each character is going to have a chance to get airdrops. It's almost like you want all the characters.
Right.
Right. So that's what I was getting at. So there's going to be like 7 classes essentially. Is that correct?
Yep. So there's going to be 7 characters, and then so each character will have its own kind of class for each chapter. So the more you have, the more opportunity you'll be able to get an airdrop.
That's fine. So like the gladiator, is that a class or is that a militant?
So the gladiator is actually we have a class called historians.
This one right here?
Yep, that one right there. So I have a historian class, which is going to have kind of a little bit of a play on something. We're kind of working on that in the lore, and we're going to have to work with the community. But we have a historian, which is going to be like, this is our Roman kind of breastplate. We have the Greek tunic. We have an Egyptian. We have a pirate. We have a caveman. So these are kind of people who are kind of stuck in time or history of time, or historians that we're going to be calling.
Oh, nice. I like that. So what can you throw out the other 6? So a historian.
So there's like historian, there's going to be first responder, social citizens, military. I think it's like alien aspect. There's a couple other ones we're still debating if we want to add more subcategories or not. So we're having a lot of fun here.
So is one rarer than the other, right? Like you would think like an alien would be rarer than like a first responder, right? You feel me? So how are you working that? And
so
are they also going to the classes or the characters, are they all going to be split evenly, or they're going to be like broken down by the rarity? So they might have 300 militants, so to speak. And can you touch on that, please?
Yeah, so the characters are going to be, we're pretty sure the characters are going to be split up evenly. I don't want the characters to be, weighed heavily saying, oh, I got the green character and, oh, you got the yellow character, and the yellow characters, there's 200 more. And it's like, no one cares about the yellow character anymore. And so I don't want that to be the mindset. I want people to look at it and look the diversity and appreciate the art and the kind of the uniqueness of it. But when it comes down to like certain titles, there will be some that are more rare than others. Being a civilian is going to probably be the least rare, probably have the most in the category. Like a jean jacket would be civilian, things like that. But getting down to the military, maybe in there, maybe there's an explorer, spacesuits, things like that. Those might be a little bit more rare, kind of playing upon what people really like and rarity and all that. Personally, I don't like when projects you get like a halo. And next thing you know, you realize the halo is like the second least rare, trait on there. Everyone has a halo, and you're like,
Uh-oh. It's party time.
Let's do it.
That's the one.
Explain. I loved your explanation last night about the one-on-one. That basically took me off to the next level. It's kind of shook me, and I said, so that's how you do it. Explain that. Like, how do you look on it? Because you look on it from above. Usually people look on it from other sides, but you really took it to the next level. Explain that, and people will understand why they don't have one-on-one or stuff like that. Explain that it's important.
Yeah, so I'm not planning on having any one-of-ones in this collection. A lot of times when I feel like projects have a one-on-one, they tend to highly, focus on those one-of-ones. They market those one-of-ones. They really, shine lights on those, but they kind of don't really focus on the other part of the collection. And I really like what kind of Clay Nation did, where it's they just have highly rare traits. There's no one-of-ones, and so that's kind of the same aspect that I want to have, to where there's going to be rare traits that people can collect, but we're not focusing on the one-of-one. We don't want to focus on those, but focus on the traits itself.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So what got you into doing these clays? I mean, what brought you into this art and this excitement and this passion? What made you want to do it? I mean, you're really good at it, but have you been sculpting for a while, or how did this come about?
Yeah, so I've always been kind of sculpting, working with my hands, doing centerpieces, and always doing a lot of knickknacks and art projects. You can see in this room right now, it's my wife and I, we have an art room, and this has always been set up here. During October is kind of when I first got into my CNFT experience, and Clay Nation was going on, and I was like, oh wow, this is a really cool project. This is unique, and I don't see many other clay projects. At the time, I think ADA was close to $3 a coin, so for me to spend $3,000 in a Clay Nation at that time was it was hard for me to fathom at the time, first getting into the space and understanding what NFTs are. So I was like, oh, I have a whole bunch of clay here. I make clay projects. My wife and I, we like to craft different aspects to do gifts. Instead of buying someone a gift, we like to craft things. So we made these clay cards where we do a little scenery in clay and harden it and then give it to people as like a permanent card.
Oh, awesome. I like that.
Yeah. So I have all this clay in the house because my wife was like, oh, it's on sale, let's buy it all. And so I had all these colors and everything. And so I took it out of my closet, and I was at this time I was trying to convince my friends from Binance to come over to Cardano, and trying to convince them to NFTs. So I asked them, I made a kind of a fan art of Clay Nation, my own version of it, and try to make some for my friends. Kind of, they gave me traits that they wanted. I made them, made a total of 5, and I shared it around on Clay Nation server, like, hey, here's some fan art of mine, and then got picked up from there.
That's cool.
That is so sick. Because honestly, I'm gonna this reminded me of Clay's, obviously, when I came in October, you know, and that's what really drew me to your project. I'm gonna have to go. Tal would be mad at me if I didn't ask you, how can we get some kind of like customized something for us here? You know, but you know, maybe I gotta
great question, I have to say.
Yes, come on, maybe one of us too, like or something, all of it. But man, what can you please go through the mint, like you making clay, right, to you putting them on the blockchain? Can you please break that down it like to a fifth grader? You know what I mean? Because I'm really having like, do you take pictures of it when you're done? Do you scan it with a, you know, please elaborate to help me.
How expensive is the clay? We talked about how expensive is the clay too. It's not.
That's true.
It's not a cheap
everything.
art.
Please help me. Yeah, like from like literally like
how
you
big
doing,
they are, all that stuff.
Yeah, like how much is it on a 12x12? Is it a 4-inch piece? Yeah, please throw it all.
He's like, chill. I'm trying to.
Yeah, take dude, go.
One thing at a time.
This is what's up.
I'm
what
so
up, Goose? We good. We're gonna right quick while Bourbon's out. Fire.
Does he have this now? How big are these things? Like how? Like what?
That's what he's about to tell us.
Are you going to show us
a live one right now? He's actually gonna do it for me. He's actually making me and Krissy.
He's gonna make you right now.
I can read his mind right now.
Damn, you got in there quick.
Now I want one.
Like, you know, I'm putting it into the universe, y'all. That's what I'm doing. Right?
Slid in there quickly.
All right, I think I got. So essentially, so here's kind of like the head.
Wow. So what's that, like an inch and a half, 2 inches?
Oh, about
how
2
do
inches.
These eyes are that. How?
So small.
Here's the. So this is my canvas. That's what I like to say, my blank canvas. So I put placements for the eyes, for the mouth, and everything like that.
You baked it, right?
Yes, this one's baked, so I don't have to.
Elaborate, please.
Okay, what is baked?
Like,
I mean, I'm baked, but I don't know what baked means.
Play-Doh. And then you go put it in the oven,
that's
right?
so
In
cool.
an easy bake oven. You know, Bourbon's easy bake oven,
That's
right?
so cool.
And it comes up all fire to where you put like nice little cool golf balls in it. Okay, so please, no, break it down, bro. So soft Play-Doh. Soft Play-Doh into what?
So I take polymer clay, I craft it into the mold. You know, I have all of my characters are like that. You know, so there's I have each character, and then each character has their own body. So I have all the bodies for each character.
Wow,
you know?
That's crazy.
Keep showing.
That takes time, man. Jesus.
So they all have their own bodies.
Do you have molds, Bourbon? Do you have molds?
I only made molds for the body because it was the only way to ensure that I could have the clothes all kind of fit all the same characters.
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
The heads are not no molds on the heads. Each one is unique. Are you serious?
So yeah, each head is like this. So I only use one character because then I crafted all the eyes, and the eyes fit in right in there, kind of inside the.
Oh my gosh, dude!
That would be so much fun to play with.
It's like
unbelievable. She loves this. My kids love this.
I'm
so like,
that's amazing.
I'm really trying to learn, like, dude, like, cause we're gonna do the same type. Well, not do it, like, just for fun, and like, why not eventually do like, God,
This is all handmade. This is
everything, brother.
crazy.
So
he only makes the body like a mold, and that's
I
by
got all the eyes here. I got more eyes over here.
You said you were giving eyes to people with what at CNFTCon? I was trying to listen to everything else.
So as long as you got an ADANAUT and you come to me at CNFTCon, you'll get one of these eyes. You know,
I got eyes then. I'm gonna have eyes.
So cool.
I don't know which one. You know,
I'm gonna have eyes 100%.
I'm gonna have eyes. This is
fire eyes. You know,
We're having eyes.
Right.
We'll
I
have
got
an
fire eyes. Someone's gonna get these. You know,
Oh my gosh, I want the fire.
That's sick, bro.
I want the
So,
eyelashes.
and I got some tricky eyes and.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And so you have it
The
all
stone
pre-done.
eyes.
You're done with everything. Now it's about just putting them together. And how does that work? So so you get your Palmer clay, right? It's soft and playable, right? Then when you're happy with it, you put it in the oven at say a certain degree, and it comes out nice and hard. You set that aside. Do you paint it, or you go into with the colors that you?
So I strive to not do the paint. I've done painting before. Usually when you do painting, you want to do it one color because it's the easiest. But I wanted to do it where the clay is the color. So I buy all this different types of colored clay. I mix the clay. The color wheel is like, I know the color wheel like the back of my hand. I love mixing clay. It's so meditative, and I get lost doing it all the time. And I love, crafting. Oh, I need a darker shade of green. Let me, mix this and that. Maybe a little bit more brown, a little bit more yellow. And so it's a lot. I have all these buckets everywhere of just little bits of different colored clay. So I'm like, oh, I need a darker blue. I know I have one somewhere, and I just look through all these buckets. So
That's sick.
Do we know how many traits total?
So like the different traits, like eyes and mouths and all that.
Yeah, like everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the eyes, the mouths, we have wings, clothing, the characters, above head items. We have the tail.
Did you say monkey tail? Did you just tell him that?
The monkey tail, and then we have the titles as well.
So 8, is that 8?
Titles, and then about 8, I think.
Yes, but in the 8 we talked about it. You have 4 type of wings, and then you have how many eyes, and what we're talking about in trade, like how
it's so
you got some
pretty hard to say, because if you look at this, so like this bucket here is a lot of pretty much most of the mouths for the green character.
Wow, dude, every which.
Mouth.
So how long would it take you to throw one together?
all those mouths.
I mean, it took me. I've been doing it for a while now, and so many of these. So it took me a good.
a few minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like make one happen, bro. Like throw one together if you wouldn't mind. Like
chronic mouth.
Yeah, like what would you think of me on a bad day, yo? What I look like when Krissy's yelling at me?
Of the wings.
I'm mad at the world.
So the beautiful thing about that Chronic is I know he's going to be doing custom stuff later on for sure. This will probably be his only large size drop. So keep that in mind. He's not going to be doing other large scale drops after this. This will be the only one.
You said takes about 10 minutes to make.
This is basically it. You mean we're going to get
commissions? He's going to be doing commissions and stuff.
Like 300, 500 like collections not going to happen, or what else?
So this is my, like, I'm not planning on creating another project at 7,000, 5,000, 4,000 like that. With the compounds and the antidotes and the serums, that's at 1,000. So that's kind of the 1,000 there. But maybe next season, what is the next aspect? What does that draw with the base, all forming back to the base set? I don't want to lose value on that base set. I feel like a lot of projects, when they make companions or do a second mint, that the value of that first mint kind of, loses steam. So I still want to maintain that value and always have to come back to that main collection for the next level, I'd like to say.
That's right. So, okay, perfect. I know I keep coming back to this.
No, and then I think, I have a lot of ideas for, small projects, little tiny projects here and there, art-based projects. I personally have a really cool derivative project I would love to, to get on down the line. Don't know when, but I have all these different things that to help support my community with my artwork.
So we will because I loved this tiny exclusive drops. This is, I think, the funnest you can get with the 300 to 500. I love those. I think they give a kick. It's like a small touch to the customer, investor, whatever you're gonna call it, doesn't matter. It's fun. I think it's fun, and when you do it that way, I think it's amazing. If you do this thing,
I love
definitely. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards in the future, and what I want to do. The generative and doing all this has been a learning lesson. I'll say that much. And I can see why a lot of artists do it once and then they may not want to do it again. They kind of back off from that. So I totally understand that.
You've been going at this hard for a few months now.
Yeah. So it's totally different than, like, let's say if you're drawing a picture, because I know you wanted to get back to how does it all work? How does it all get set up? So, I have the heads, I have the bodies. So each thing I take a picture of. And then I put it onto the computer, I crop it all, the backgrounds out. And then, I pretty much build the layers. An important aspect that gets lost when you take the photos with an individual is you lose the aspect of the shadow. And the shadow is really important, and it really allows it to look like one piece and flow really nicely. So every layer, every image has the shadow put back into it and try to mimic the lighting and everything like that. So it's been a really fun challenge. And then the second thing is, I can't really, I can copy and paste. And, let's say if you look at the Robin's character behind him, he has a snarl mouth. I could have easily taken that mouth and, made it the same mouth for all the characters, but then I don't want the green lips on all that. So I wanted each character to have their own, their lip color and eyelid color. So that made me kind of go above and beyond with the traits. So there's so many individual aspects within each trait.
Wow, that's time consuming. Wow.
Yes.
So we know your Robin is an OG, probably here for a long time. When did you start? Because I know you do it for a long time. To do all these things that you have there, how long it really took you to get to that point? What we're talking about?
Like months, just work, each piece takes, 10, 15 minutes, the mouths, just thinking about the mouths. So it takes me maybe about 5 or 7 minutes. I think right now, we're at 34, 35 mouths. So,
so it shows you the attributes. So looking at
what's your favorite? Sorry,
go
ahead.
Is the rainbow mouth 100% is the rainbow mouth.
Rainbow mouth?
Do we have a picture of that? Do we have it on the website? Or you got
some photos set up?
There is a couple on the website right now. Yeah, there should be 3. Each character. What I really want to emphasize is that each character, the trait might be a little bit different.
My bad, Robin. Is that the rainbow? Is that the vomit? Or is that not the rainbow mouth? Is the green right here in the middle?
There's teeth that are rainbows. There's teeth that are different colors.
Okay. Can you scroll over, Krissy, please?
I'm trying to find it too right now.
Okay.
Oh, I found here. Alvin has it, right? That's Alvin.
So looks like
not. Oh, I see it. It's the red one.
Red one.
The rainbow grill.
Can I make it bigger?
That's the rainbow grill.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Okay.
I like the ones that have ADA in the teeth. That's my
favorite. I need to see
gold teeth. The gold teeth with ADA in the mouth.
So if you go to,
I need a big bag for that drop.
So
real quick, Marvin,
pieces together.
You're doing this on Blender and all that once you take pictures, or it's
no. So there's no blender or anything like that. So it's all the raw image that I take. I crop it all out. I add a little bit, Photoshop some shadows back into it. There's Photoshop is an amazing tool. So there is some Photoshopping, cleaning up some things, taking some debris and hair out. I'm a kind of an OCD guy. So if I see I have cats, so I have cat hair sometimes in there. So I have to go in there and clean it up. So I want to make sure it's nice and clean and people don't look at it and be like, is that a, what is that? There. So I want them just to look at the art like that.
That's right.
So you literally took 7,700 pictures of each one of them?
Yeah. So each mouth, I took a picture of it. I cropped it out. I did that. I put the layers on. And so again, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes for each mouth. There's 35 mouths. There's 7 characters.
A lot of time.
That's what I'm trying to. That's why I keep.
No, you cannot understand it.
Really
you cannot understand it because I think he did it for so long. It took him months on months. You don't even know how long he went deep into nights and stuff like that. When we digening into crypto and we're buying NFTs, it's the same thing.
Right.
We digening and we don't know how much time we spend. I don't think even
it don't register. It's our
I don't think you make enough money. That's for sure. I don't think it's enough.
We don't really look at it at that point, but we definitely want to have a sustainable project that we can continue growing. We definitely want to have that community backing so we can keep progressing with that story because we're super excited. Like, look at this art. I mean, the fire, this quality that Brrrbon's making. Ooh.
Yeah, you guys talking about the mouth. Look about the wings. Look at the detail.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, dude.
But the wings is for the end, so everybody gonna bail out, and then we're gonna dig in the wings.
We're gonna show these TikToks right quick. Let us show these TikToks right quick.
Right.
This show how we can get some stuff.
And if anyone in here knows to save one of the ADANAUTS and rock it as your background here, if you know how to do that.
Save your
How can we do
like
it?
what I'm doing here? Like have it in the.
Doesn't work for us because it kicks one of us out of.
Oh, don't do it then. Don't do it then.
Yeah, it's weird, it's
Yeah, once we
trippy.
go separate and
Y'all
get
can
separate
probably
cameras,
do it,
we're
though.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everyone else can.
All right, we're gonna jump on this TikTok. Watch this sick stuff. Who makes this? Who's in that? Who's doing it right now? Because I know when I did it, I got excited.
I think it's now one of our mods.
Yeah, one of our mods, dude. He's been turning it up, man. That's fucking awesome. I love it
It's
so much.
sick. Here we go. Can y'all see it, guys?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
I love that.
I like it a lot.
Let's do the other
Let's
one.
see. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Then we're gonna go check this Cardano Robin one out here. Brrrbon made Cardano Robin's character. That's your first project, right? Is that your project, Robin? That's what he's made.
Which one?
The CR, the Robin he made for you. Brrrbon made for you. We're gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's
Let
see.
me pause that and start it.
Here we
over.
go.
For sure.
This one to go. Y'all get ready. If y'all ain't see this, get
Let's
ready.
get bumping.
Dude,
Here we
this
go.
reminds me of like definitely fist bump, like Jersey Shore type shit. Goose is probably already doing it. Let's go. Ooh, I
Love
want to
it.
see that.
That's
pretty
Let's see
clean.
one more time. I want to see that. I want to see the laser eyes. What did I see? Grill. What kind of grill he ate?
Here
I like
we
So
go.
that gold teeth. That gold teeth.
Yeah,
of the
that's
ADA,
what
I'm
I'm
telling
saying.
you.
There's so much going on.
Give me the Cyclops. I need the Cyclops.
The joint. Oh, the joint. Oh, what it got on the teeth? What does it say on the teeth?
I know. There was that
What does it say on the
Ada,
teeth,
or what was
Brrrbon?
on there?
Brrrbon, it says
The
salt.
gold teeth.
It says
It
Ada.
says salty.
Is it Ada?
This is playing right now, salty.
Is that what it
Word
says?
of the day.
Right. Right on.
Them laser eyes
So
are
silly.
sick.
Dude.
Yeah, damn, yeah. So
Laser
you're
eyes
saying
are good.
even the laser eyes is clay, and you were able to Photoshop it to make it like translucent to see through it, even.
Yeah, so I had it when I made the laser eyes, they were kind of, depending on what character it's blocking, a lot of the clothing, the mouth, and all that, and it kind of takes away from that. And so I was like, well, how do I figure this out? So I was kind of playing around with like the opacity or the translucentness of the eraser essentially, and just kind of slowly erasing the back end until you could kind of see what's behind it, and then it's like, oh, that's perfect. You can it's almost like it's like you see through light anyway, so it gave it a perfect look.
Wow.
Brrrbon, I got a question.
Yeah.
So you said that as far as the type of, I'm not sure, like a type of alien won't have rarity, but the traits will, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
So the traits will, and so if you look at like the rainbow mouth trait, so in the last TikTok you could kind of see the green guy had like the rainbow vomit mouth with like some clouds, and then the Cyclops had one with a pot of gold. We have other characters, and like we have one where it's going all the way around them, and so it's we bring a lot of diversity. So one character might have a trait, but there's only 50 of that version, even though there's 350 of that trait, but only that version is only specific to that one character. So there's only, if that makes sense, it's the rarity is going to be a fun thing, I think.
Nice. How'd you do that, Tal? Man, how do I do this?
Mess with StreamYard. You should be able to how he does it, Krissy, the display.
Let me see. So you
Right
go.
there.
I'm on the phone.
Cardano Robin, you like my
Look
background?
at E46, boy.
Hey.
Oh, so
look
fire!
at that. Dude, that is
There
so
we go.
Man,
That's
come on,
what's up,
dude.
man.
How you
See,
did
there
that?
we go. Now we rocking the vibes,
Now
man.
we
There
Hold
we
on, man.
go.
You gotta get me in there. I don't know how to do
Now
the
I'm
background.
telling. Now I'm feeling this vibe. Now I'm feeling it. Right.
I need the background.
Dude,
I'll
this
try
is-
it. I'll
hey,
see if
we'll
it'll
try it.
Chronic
I won't
out.
move. Oh,
No.
Can
If
you do it on the
if
phone?
you guys don't do it, you don't have to do it.
Now let's talk about wings, because we all have wings issue problems. That talk to us what wings we have, how you break them down. And
Do you have any samples to show us?
Let me see. Yes, 1 second here. Let me just update some things for my background.
Take your time, dude. This is awesome, bro. We love that. I love, like, you know, what you and your wife. I want you to touch on too before we're done, like while you're doing it, if you can multitask. You did the wax background, so that's how you're like very talented with your hands. I want you to, you know, maybe just really, you know, quickly just expound on that, and then you've given that up to your wife. You know, whatever. Like, I like to hear that.
Talk about what you did before, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So back when I was a kid, both my parents are deaf; they can't hear. So growing up, I always had to be kind of the vocal one for them and speak at restaurants, the bar. I take phone calls all the time, and have to be the one that answers pretty difficult phone calls. And back in the early 90s, there weren't like the proper legal things in there, so a lot of times there's probably situations I probably shouldn't have been in. So,
Right.
but my parents, they created their own business. My dad was a certified balloon artist. So he made these huge, for weddings, corporate events. We worked with so many companies that did so many amazing things, and we made centerpieces and all this. And so every weekend there was always an event. So I was always working my entire childhood, and then my dad ended up selling that business. We moved to Arizona, and then we started something new. Since my parents are deaf, we like doing the hands and wax, kind of different hand signs and all that, and we kind of took that off, and for about 12 to 13 years now. 13 years. We did plaster with that too as well, so I used that as a hand mold and did a lot of stuff with plaster, and now I kind of taken a little backseat of that and given that to my wife and her best friend, and they're kind of rebranding that and taking that on.
That's cool.
So I mean, it all resonated. You learned that from your past, and now it just led you to basically the same, something similar, right? I mean, it's a different path, but it's somewhat your passion, right? Working with your hands and everything. So that's so awesome, my man. I'd say, Tal, your background pick is ridiculous.
I love
Duck
it.
down just
I don't know how to do it, man. I feel left out.
So just go to settings, go to virtual background, and hit the plus.
I'm on my phone. I can't do it on my phone.
Oh yeah. The phone's different.
Virtual background.
Oh, it keeps cutting mine off.
We can go into settings.
We can. Yeah,
let's talk about wings.
I'm on the phone. I got the Cyclops picture saved, and I can't.
Hey,
rainbow.
Hey, I hope you pull one though. For real.
I want the Cyclops, bro.
Oh, that is so sick, Brrrbon. Look at that.
Dude, I love it.
That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Let me go save one.
We want to know now. We all Tal.
You put up the Cyclops for my man here.
It's so good.
I love it, man. Thank you.
Man, the eyes. Oh my God, like
good. It's good stuff, man.
First time I see a real stoner eyes that they are not like just red. It's like you see the front. Like this is how eyes
like the swirl, like the bloodshot.
Yeah, the blood shape. Look on it.
That's the smoke. It's also clay.
Smoke's also clay.
Everything is clay, right? The background is clay.
Everything is clay. Yeah,
everything's clay. Yeah. Everything. So only a couple of them are actually, the cigars and the joints. Only a couple of them are actually lit. So only a few of them will have smoke on there. So it's all little touches I have on them. So
it's crazy.
Okay, wings. I want to know wings.
Okay. So
what do we have?
I'll show you some things here. So,
you can.
All right. So we have the.
That is so crazy.
There you go, my friend.
The wings.
I think you should take the background out.
Oh yeah, I'll take that out.
Yeah, it's too distracting now. Only we can stunt.
That is sick, y'all. We trying it now too. So.
Look how small it is. It's I'm blown away. I thought it's like bigger because it's how you do all these details.
So it's
oh wow.
Whoa.
Jeez. Keep it still for a second.
How you did all this like
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Oh my god.
There you go.
Look
Look at that. Whew.
That's amazing.
Eventually, I know that hopefully you're going to want to make bigger stuff so you can have crazy details and things. But again, that goes back to costs, and we hope that we will be able to make some fun stuff later on.
Yeah, I definitely want to do bigger pieces.
It's awesome. We love it.
I
Obviously,
mean, do you see what he's making now with like these little ass things? Like, oh my god,
So,
dude!
Brrrbon, last
My
thing. So,
mind's
how
already-
big is it? 4 to 6 inches total. We kind of like we almost there.
Yeah, we're about 4 to 6 inches, probably on more of the 4.5 inches, 5 inches side of things. And here's the demon wings.
Wings.
Oh,
Yeah.
how tall? Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
Unbelievable. That's his wing, dude. That is so sick. So that's hard, brother. I think
These are hard. I hardened them.
if you drop them, will they break, or they kind of like
They will break. Yeah, these ones are
Oh,
real
you
thin.
stuff? Like, have you ever fumbled like when you're showing us like that, tipped over?
Mm.
Oh,
You have that face. I did it so many times.
right.
But the worst part is before I bake them, like I'll make them, like the butterfly wings. I can't tell you how many times, and I have to unfortunately remake them because I didn't like how the tops of the wings kind of went in with some of the other characters, and so I kind of wanted to remake them so they kind of flowed nicely with all the characters and not just 3 of them. And so, but I can't tell you how many times I've made them, and then I go do something and I accidentally put my elbow into it and just I'm like, oh shit. Or my cat loves to jump up on the desk, and I'll put it on the side here and he'll jump up on it, and now there's a beautiful paw print in it. And so it's always a trial and error.
that's sick. So obviously, Robin has an alien. So the aliens are all one-eyed. Is that correct? Or aliens could have multiple?
We all aliens, right?
Well,
All
absolutely.
We're all
Krissy
aliens,
definitely is.
Oh, they're
one-
all aliens. They're all called aliens, right?
We're all trying to get back to being humans, I think, right?
Oh, well, you
Okay.
mean like in the ADANAUTS? I thought.
Oh, okay.
that's
That's
why
the
we
look,
got the
yeah.
Genesis
Cyclops,
and
But
the
that's
Time.
the actual alien in the metadata. That's what.
He's
Yep.
an alien, yeah.
So the blue guy is actually he's like a Cyclops alien. He's always gonna have one eye, and so it's a fun character.
So he's probably one of the more rare ones, I would assume. Then.
I mean, he's
like-
the
like a
same character. But if people might like having a Cyclops more. It depends on what the community picks.
Is
you
he
know?
gonna be like a one-eyed human? Is that
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, it depends on the human who's taking him on.
yeah.
They decide if they want him to be one-eyed or not.
Mhm.
Okay.
Damn, I think I need that serum. I don't have one. I'm gonna get one.
And I got these back.
Oh, lobsters, huh? Or
Claws.
crawfish.
Lobsters.
Those claws. We'll bring it up a little closer. Just keep it still for a second.
Dude,
So we can focus.
Look at the
unbelievable.
There you go. There you go.
Brrrbon, you and
Awesome.
Wow.
That's gonna be arms or it's a mouth.
You can
Oh,
even see
dude.
the lines in the teeth, like in the claws. There's teeth in the claws, and there's like little. Oh my god, dude!
I want
Dude,
to
it's an
show.
honor to be like you showing us that.
Oh
stuff.
wow! Now I can really see it.
Brrrbon, dude. Thank you, bro. This is
I
like
have-
a privilege to see all this
Wow.
stuff up and close. What you do is you're living in passion, bro. It's so sick. Look at that, dude. The whole claw. I want to eat it, bro.
Wow.
Nom, 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 nom.
Damn, dude.
What it's gonna
That's
be? It's like,
juiciness.
what
Bring
is it?
to the Shark Tank.
So-
Unbelievable.
Bring it to
So
the
I'm trying to work it as wings at the moment, kind of cool lobster wings. I think it's unique and different.
No way. That's dope.
I want that. That
That's
wing.
dope.
Wow,
Put
bro.
that on my
We have the
Cyclops.
devil wings. We have
And dude, why I got
the lobster
I have-
wings.
These ones aren't in the group of wings. I'm still kind of maneuvering them because they kind of look a little funky, but
That's all right.
I'm still thinking they're aliens. It is what it is.
Yeah, they have lobster wings.
They
Absolutely.
got lobster wings. So
Yeah, we'll make it work.
I love
dude.
lobster wings.
This is getting me kind of depressed. You got so many. You're gonna make, like you said, you want us to get every character, everyone. Like this is gonna be awesome. So let me ask you, what about like mint? God, brain fart. This is gonna get edited out. 2 seconds though,
What's up?
dude.
Oh, too bad.
Damn, I'm gonna remember in 2 seconds. Y'all know how it goes, man. I'm gonna get it.
So how did you guys meet? How did you, Brrrbon and Cardano Robin, start coming together on the project? What brought
Oh
you
yeah,
together?
I know what I know. Yeah.
great question. So essentially, back in September, October, Lovelace during this escrow days, he created this token, this ADANAUT promo 1 token. And I accidentally jumped into that Discord the day before because I first got into NFTs and I was like, oh, I want to make some trades. I people say you can trust people and make trades on here. So let me see where it's at. And so I jumped into this Discord, and they're like, oh, we have 100 tokens minting. And it was like 2 a.m. And my wife was so mad at me for getting on the phone. She was like, why are you getting on the phone? I was like, well, there's mints always going on. And at that time, anything you bought, you could flip right away and make money. Everything was minting out. So I was like, all right. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm buying something. She was like, what? And essentially it started from there, and just joining that Discord and sharing my art. And then at that point, Robin was there and a whole bunch of other OGs, and just kind of was that way since.
Very cool.
Awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
So Robin, what do you do for the community? I'm sorry, real quick, just
please.
kind of playing off of that.
I remember.
So
what do you do with the project?
Okay, so basically what I've been doing with the project is promoting it, explaining to the community who Brrrbon is and all the skills that he's been able to create here. And obviously, as we've been progressing in the space over the months, Degen Tunes and Overexposed and a couple of other projects, he has been able to redesign himself, and they've done such an incredible job that I've been able to show it. And basically that's what I've been able to do. I've also been going, talking to people privately every single day. Probably every single day I've talked to someone within the day, and just kind of overviewing them, what we're going to do and what we're up to. And then I'm also kind of helping him with the bots, like helping him set up security bots and a verification bots, and kind of teaching the mods how to scan for scammers, and how to do certain things with layouts, and just basically trying to kind of help Brrrbon focus on the bigger pictures, and working on the art, and kind of working on the direction of the story that he wants to convey with the project. I also was the leader of these at the previous, before we decided working on this prologue, we were basically working as a lore with a couple other members, but we ended up kind of there was a lot of back and forth with people's storylines, and it was just kind of getting a little messy. So, but for a number of months, I was working on a storyline for this ADANAUTS, because I think the lore, if you really want a project, it's like Disneyland. You Cinderella, like you grow up with Cinderella, you grow up with Pocahontas or whatever, Aladdin or something, right? Like when you see Aladdin, you have that attachment. So we want to have an attachment to our characters, because in our mind, we hope to have a long, sustainable project, and maybe even have some sort of like, continuous storyline. So then you will be attached to Adam or Alvin or whoever names or whatever it's going on right now, right?
Sweet. That's fire as hell. So you just brought it, so they're gonna have individual names as well. Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing naming contests, right?
Yeah, so we've allowed every one of our characters, our community has nominated a name, and the community has voted on the winning name. And so the idea of that is that I want someone from the community to feel special and have that, that emotional connection with the project, saying like, hey, I was the one who created, Alvin, or I said Igor was a great name, or Zeke.
Or Mantis, right? Do you ever remember Mantis Toboggan from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Does anyone watch that?
Yeah, so
we got Mantis. Yep.
Yeah, Tal's character is Dr. Mantis. So
yeah, that's Dr. Mantis right there.
We love I got a question, y'all. Like, so real quick, just to specify for the upcoming mint, if you own the antidote, you get 10 mints, correct?
Correct.
Per antidote. You could have multiple antidotes as well.
Per antidote, and they do stack. So if you have 5, you could do 50.
Correct.
Perfect. So yeah, in
10, 100.
Perfect. Yeah, 10 or 100, they don't stop. If you have, as many antidotes, you can have, 10 a pop. Perfect. Correct. Now the whitelist 1-to-1, like to get correct.
So if I have the serum and I have whitelist, I can do 11, right?
Yep. Technically, we're trying ultimately to get a goal of, if you have a Genesis, we want to give the opportunity for the whitelist spot to be someone who doesn't have that. That's our ultimate goal. But some people might get a whitelist and then get a Genesis. There's no way to be monitoring that, and it'd be just too much wasted time. It is what it is at the end of the day.
It's called Genesis serum. I'm sorry, Genesis.
Yeah, it's the antidote. It was like
antidote.
540 or 640 yesterday before the space. Now I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look.
What if I had an antidote and a compound G? Could I mint 10 and 1? So it'd be 11?
Yep. So if you have a compound, those are also one whitelist spot as well. So if you have 3 compounds and an antidote, you could do 13.
Damn. All right. So the antidote right now is 649. Which Krissy's gonna show. They went up. Let's see if I'm showing right. Make sure I'm showing it right to where we can look and show what we need, because this here will guarantee you a mint. So it's strategic, not financial advice. Of course, nothing we say.
How many available for public? Do we know?
There's going to be 3,000 available for public.
Okay.
I don't think all 3,000 will be minted. There are probably some people who, they may have 10 to be able to mint, but maybe they mint out 7 or 8 or 5. So
DM is if you don't mint.
Say it again.
I'm just kidding. It's
NFA. I want your mints, and so do I. So the compound G's give you 1. Can you go down, Chris?
So tell us about these again.
The compound G. Oh, there's only 2.
Yeah,
I got that. There was one glitch there for all day. I was talking to JPEG. They got it out.
Okay. Yeah, because it looks like, man, it's super
only 2
serious.
for sale.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's
crazy.
Out of 375, that's some crazy stuff. That
so you have 5 of those. You can get an antidote.
Correct, and that number has to be updated. We're currently only at 85 of them because 290 of them have already been burned.
Yeah,
right.
You
they get burned.
So there really is only how many? So wait, how many compound Gs are there in existence?
So there's technically 61 on the market, and then there's 24 that still have not been claimed.
Okay. What does that mean, not been claimed? And how can I get that unclaimed?
Right, because I'll claim it right now. I'm claiming it.
I lost it long ago.
I'm claiming.
So let me get it.
So back in October, when it was still under old ownership, we minted these Genesis pieces. So there was a silhouette, a background, a token, goggles, and the spacesuit. So there are 5 items there, and so people have those items, and so there's still 24 of those items out lingering, and so those are one of ones that people can trade that in. I think the deadline is June 1st, and so if you don't turn those in on June 1st. They're going to be, given away to the community either through airdrops or something like that. So,
I'm here. No worries.
Hey, dang, Chronic one. That's a good airdrop point. No shame. Plug. Hey, that's sick. So if we can find somewhere, like to pick up them spacesuits, is that on JPG under a different policy ID?
Yep, they're on JPEG. I think there's only like a couple out there for sale. They're way expensive. A lot of people are holding on to them for value sake. They feel like they're like it's a momentum piece for them. So it's going to be tough to get some out from some hands.
What they're called, Brrrbon? I'm trying to look now.
If you go to JPEG, if you type in promo 3.
Oh, promo. Okay, great. Thank you.
It should
promo 3 in historicals. Ooh, okay, back, baby. Yep, right there. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Is that it? No.
Oh, wow. There's no financial advice, but there's a pretty nice one on the floor right now.
For 10 ADA or what?
No. You'll see it here. So that's a silhouette. So that item right there can be.
Why don't you tell us, brother? Go down. Hurry up and don't let Robin do it.
Wait, hold on. I'm on the second.
One second.
What are all these?
Robin, help me. Brrrbon, help me.
Brrrbon.
The silhouette.
Brrrbon.
So the silhouette.
The Genesis astronaut.
So the silhouette, the goggles, the tokens, all those items can be traded for a compound. So
are you still opening that? You're still allowing that, right?
So you're saying a silhouette can
so these pieces are swaying back and forth. There's I think 5 of them, right?
Correct. Yeah, there's 5.
Hey, you saying
to collect all 5.
Hey, you saying silhouette? Compound G, don't share our screen. But come on, Krissy, buy that damn thing.
Don't think I have anymore. I traded mine in.
Gonna give it to me?
Yeah. So the thing is,
God damn it! Before
the trading station right now is closed, so you won't get it till after the mint. But
okay.
But don't worry about it. I'll
I got it. No, y'all man. Hold on.
I wanted to get some more compound keys to collect.
Mint. So what I could do to get extra mint?
I need more mint.
I get Bitcoin. I can get
my brothers.
If one of you guys get it, I have my own personal stash of compounds. I'll give you one of my compounds for that.
We need 5.
What just happened? Who bought it?
Find a dang Nami.
Who bought it?
I didn't buy it. I'm not.
Who did the transaction? Who did that? Who just did that? That's not fair.
E46.
E46
did it.
My computer's too slow. I think it's Tal.
That was me, Tal. I clicked on it.
What did you guys get? Let me see a silhouette.
50.
Yeah,
You got too many nice things, bro.
So that can be
that's wonderful. I lost my homie Tal. Got it.
And then,
look at that snipe.
And then message me after, and I'll send you my address. Send it to me, and I'll give you a compound for it for now. So I'll take.
You got it.
What a man!
But you still need 5 compounds, Tal.
Hey Tal, help your brother out, bro. You got this discount for like the alpha from here, bro. Like that's not even.
That's the whole point. I'll show you.
So mad that Tal is so close.
I tell you what, I wanted to buy it last night. Dude,
we just missed out on it.
The Antigone.
Mm-hmm.
But some people bought it before, so it's got up to like 900, right?
Oh man, Tal, I'm so upset at you, dude.
If you look at the antidote, it goes in waves. It goes in quite in nice waves. So it usually has a spike and then comes back down. Spike comes back down, but it's been pretty nice these past couple months.
Yeah, I saw it. It was 350 for a long time. After you did the Blake one, it's had a small jump for like 400, 450. Since then, I'm actually following, but I did so many things, I forgot that, and I think that was a mistake. So, you want me to share the screen?
I'm so upset with you, Tal.
I'm so upset with you.
I can't even hold it in right now, bro. I can't even show my cool, calm, collected self. Bro, I was clicked.
I'm just buying this. I'm buying the Genesis.
Lying, dude.
Bro,
I need to get. I cannot get one or two.
Show Tal's screen. Show a screen. Let's see the screen.
I was gonna like, bro, you might make me pull my facial hair off, bro. I'm so upset right now. Tal. Can't compete with Tal's.
I just got this one too.
Tal's pretty crazy.
Damn, man. Oh my god.
Sounds like talking about outfits. So it's like, here's the pirate outfit.
That is.
Wait, hold on. I don't think I've even seen that yet. No way.
How cute that
Dude,
is.
There's like a little ruffle.
It's gonna be on the aliens, huh?
There's fucking
Here, let me show you.
things, dude. The screens.
Bro.
Chill still. All right, stop.
Damn.
Wow, look at her stitches.
That is unbelievable, brother. You are so talented.
Look at those so tiny.
I'm so excited, dude. Honestly, bro, I'm so happy that we met you like that, Robin.
Wow.
For a long time.
What is that?
It's the Egyptian.
You get to see your work, bro. It's so sick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so proud that people are like now getting to see your work, dude. Like, Robin's been plugging it forever. It's just now that like you're starting to see like so many of it rather than just like the green one. You know what I mean? The first one, like. You're getting to see so much in your, you know, like the detail, bro. So I'm
getting used to it too.
It looks like fun.
Like, this one's my favorite. That with the rainbow, you said with the rainbow vomit. I don't.
That's the cheat.
You were saying that the rainbow and wouldn't have any clothes behind it. I don't know. That one looks really cool.
So that's the thing is,
there might be screen.
Tal's making money while on.
Oh, he's buying an antidote.
Tal,
wow.
What a beast.
Holy moly.
I love you, Tal, but you really throw
Goals.
me. Tal, you're just gonna rub my face in it right after.
Oh shit, you got 105, Tal. We're neighbors. I have 106.
I just bought the floor. Neighbors. I'm even thinking to buy one more, but I have so many mints coming out. If this mint was in like 2 weeks, probably I would mint it like. I would go nuts. Probably.
I know he would, and I love it. And that's who I want on my team right here.
Well, one thing I do want to say is that it's interesting the space that we're in. It is going to be a reveal style mint. You know, we are coordinating our lore and everything like that.
I
So
love it.
really
I can't
depends
believe
on-
that you do that.
it really depends on if people have the conviction or not, and they're going to really hold it throughout the time. So it definitely put people to test.
I think people are gonna lose their mind. So
yeah, I'm kind
we're
of
not used to it. We are not used to these reveals. And you know what? I added with peppers with the high piece, and it's I almost like gassed out. Please don't do it too long. Please. That's the only
not
thing
too
I'm
long.
asking.
How long
make
was
it
the
too
hype
long.
beast? How long was the hype beast one?
I don't know. They dropped like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So if it's below 10 days, I'll be so happy. Like a week and something, it should be. I think that's the range. But again,
yeah, we're striving for 10 days. That's kind of that's kind of the sweet number right there. But if if things happen, you know, we don't want to push it or rush things. So, you know, we want to make sure everything's done properly. So
no, I definitely agree with that. So everything needs to be smooth first thing first, right?
Yeah, nothing like Benjamin's where you wait months.
3 or a month ahead.
Benjamin's Club.
Yeah,
too much.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
So real quick, explain, because while my salty taste washes away, like explain what this antidote does for future, so I can maybe purchase one, since I, you know, wasn't fast enough to grab that 50 and guarantee. I'm really not mad.
So once you get your antidote, you know, you're essentially, you've already minted your 10 and you're awesome. You got the discount and you have your 10 ADANAUTS. Now what is that? You know, I have this this group. It's the Genesis 300. It's a private group to where you're able to be a part of it. It's a blending pot, a mixing pot of all these different communities. It's a great community to talk. And, you know, earlier today, that's where all this Salty Seagull stuff was going down. And I was like, oh man, this is juicy, but I don't want to get involved with this. So we have that. The other thing is that a lot of any aspects with ADANAUTS, like you know, maybe certain elements of it, the Genesis will always have priority to, you know, and priority to any of my own personal future collections too. I'm always going to strive to make sure the Genesis always get the attention, as well as the collabs too as well. So if I do collabs, you know, the Genesis are always going to get priority of that too as well. I'm always going to strive for that too with whatever community I work with. The second thing with that is that in the future, there will be a transformation with your ADANAUTS. So your goal is to try to get back to being human, but the Genesis is kind of the ultimate ticket. It's going to have there's going to be some interesting things in the lore, kind of explaining the Genesis and kind of the meaning behind it. But these 300 will have the ultimate pass. Essentially, you get 100%.
You should hold like 3 to have like safe, to be safe.
What?
You should have at least 3.
No, you don't. Now just chill out a minute.
To be safe.
So I'll put it this way. So,
y'all got any more of those antidotes?
So it has 100% success rate, and so I'm really striving to work with the community with this. And my idea is with my Genesis, is to ask them, you know, what kind of traits do they like in a human form? You know, do they like a backwards hat, a forwards hat, you know, color hair, beard, things like that. I'm trying to collect all these different traits from my Genesis and essentially build out a unique collection off their traits and try to make almost essentially your own personal PFP. I really am inspired by the Joseph Miranda project, where he takes everyone's photos.
Immortalized,
So I kind of want to do this almost similar to the same thing, but to my supporters who own these Genesis, and kind of making it in my art style to what they kind of look like.
That's insane.
He's buying.
Insane. That is insane. You too.
No, I'll tell you what, guys. Just think about it for a second. Think about it for a second. I want to mint 10 to 20, right? I love the project. I think it's great. So for me to buy that serum that actually gave you the access for everything, and then on top of that, you can mint 10 and get 208 at discount. Basically, I bought it for 450 and not 650. It's an easy math for me.
And we're neighbors now, antidote neighbors.
And then we're neighbors, and you know these things are
up going up more. If you neighbor with Robin, the value going up.
Yeah. And I'm not, I don't sell my stuff.
Robin, you have extra ones, or like Brrrbon, you looking to diversify into other NFT projects? You know, for antidote, because I'm trying to I'm really.
So the way I got mine was because back in the day in October we did the drop, and if you put all those pieces, he just bought one of those pieces for 50. If you got all 5, you were able to get one of those Genesis, and you could get it for an antidote. So I did all of those motions like months ago. Right, that's how I got mine.
Yeah, no doubt. Trying to get.
So you basically got all the drops, and then you combine them together, and you
yeah. So luckily for me, so my buddies, he got almost 3 sets. And then I had I got 5 pieces, and luckily I had 4 of the 5, and then I had an extra one, and I just flipped that one. So I had 5, and I was just able to kind of swap it out. But not everyone was so lucky. I know, but that's the way I did it. Because they're all even rarity. It just, you had to collect 5 of them. So people were kind of trading them back and forth.
It was a blast on that day when we did that. Everyone was in the trading chat being like, I got 3 goggles. Who's got this and who's got that? And everyone was just, it was a unique experience because no one everyone who was in there was all trusted members. Yeah. And there was no escrow going on. Everyone was just like, hey, I'll give me your address. I'll send you this and that. And no one got scammed. It was a really cool experience and a community experience.
Yeah, people want to have. That's how we want it.
So I'm getting now. So I'm sending you that, right? Send me your address.
So
we're doing the.
I was put one together as well. Man, I don't have any tokens.
Brrrbon, I got a question for you.
No goggles, no headgear, no spacesuits. I'm definitely not.
So first is how long you been doing this? How long did you say you've been doing these molds? How long?
So I've been working on this. So essentially, this project, if we look back when there was colorful, when we looked at the silhouette, the body style, and all that was a little bit different than what it is now. Essentially, when the project got first started, not gonna lie, it looked very similar to Clay Nation, kind of the same style. We added, aliens and robots to the whole collection, and then we kind of realized that, we wanted to be more creative and really push the limits and at this time it was kind of a lot going on where everyone was, didn't really like derivative projects. Everyone was super against it in October and November. So we said, hey, let's get really creative to this. Let's kind of change it up. I always wanted to still do the humanoids and human figures, but we wanted to kind of build a story, and it's kind of a unique aspect, and it's still all coming together. And so I started creating these characters probably in mid-December. So it's about 5-6 months on this.
And how long have you been in this field?
Like the crypto field?
No, the molding and the creating. Clay.
It's been, I've been doing it my whole childhood. When I was younger, I actually got accepted to do sculpting for an art school.
Wow.
Middle school. But unfortunately, it was like a prestigious school in South Florida. But unfortunately, we ended up moving, and I'm quite athletic, so sports really took over for me. I ended up playing college lacrosse and all that. So all my focus went there. And then, art was always in the back burner, always doing different activities, building little figurines, doing, different things, and always kind of doing art, using art to do gifts. I always liked doing that and thought it was more meaningful.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And about the name Brrrbon, how we get that?
Well, I'm a huge bourbon connoisseur. I love bourbon.
Right. I heard. Right.
I'm a big time collector. So it's I drink it and I collect it and I flip it and I do all the fun stuff with it.
You flip bourbon?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You were telling me when you go buy your bourbon, it can be minutes and sells out, and you can go flip it for 3-4x.
Wow. So when I go hunt for bourbon, it's like minting. Everyone's running it. There's a long line out to the liquor store because it's a certain type of. I spent 14 hours outside a grocery store. I was number 12 in line. When they started letting people in, there was over 1,000 people in line to get these liquor bottles. Wow. Essentially, the bottle I got was $100, and I could have walked out the door and flipped it for $2,000.
Wow.
So,
and you drank it though, right?
No. I have it put away. It's probably going to be the bottle I opened for my firstborn.
Nice.
Wow.
What do you think they appreciate that much over time, these rare?
Why was that so special? What was so special about that one?
So there's a collection called the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Every year they come out with 5 of these the premier bottles of Buffalo Trace, and Buffalo Trace is a pretty well-known brand. And so these to get a hand of one of these is quite rare. And so every year I try to strive to at least get one of them.
Very cool.
That's really cool, dude.
So 1 second, I can get them in California, for example, or they're only in your area? How does it work exactly?
No, it's all over the U.S. If you live in the U.S., then it's you can go. It's a lot of research and knowledge, and understanding that there's a national secondary market and a lot of local markets too as well. A lot of connoisseurs. The
So
interesting
you
thing,
cannot really can get it in Bevmo or something like that, if you know what is Bevmo.
you can get it in Bevmo, but the problem is you don't know when Bevmo's getting something, and usually what happens is there's people waiting outside Bevmo before they open, and then when they open, they run to the front desk and say, "Hey, what'd you get in today?" And so you got to go to all the stores.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have friends that follow the liquor truck to different liquor stores, and they get into the door and they say, "Hey, I know this truck came in. I know it's on this truck. I'll buy it off you right now before you even put it on the shelf."
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they do a lot with the craft
Hustlers.
beer.
You know what that reminds me of?
The same stuff.
That reminds me of the sneaker game. Like Jordans and Nikes is the same way. Like
And
I've sat
dude, when-
outside for overnight for damn near 24 hours, just sitting in line, barely eating, barely drinking anything, just trying to get some sneakers. So like,
Dude, so any of your friends, when you're like, "Yo, what are these NFTs?" You'd be like, "Yo, you know sneakers, right? You know bourbon, right? You know Rollies, right? You know cars, right?" Guess what? We're doing it the same, just digitally.
Yeah, I have one buddy who that's his job. He literally buys high-end liquor and whiskey, and he essentially, like a famous celebrity or someone who wants this high-end bottle, they can't go to any liquor store to buy it. Like a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. They'll be like, "Hey, you got one of these?" And he's like, "Yeah, what year do you want?" And so what's the unique thing is I could talk about this all day, but what's unique is that you can never recreate the year before. Every year is different because the years, the temperature, the seasons, and all that. So if you get one year that's a banger, sometimes that bottle can be like 5, 6, 7 times more than the other ones.
It's a liquor broker.
Oh my God, CNFC Con gonna be a movie. I promise you all.
Yeah, Brrrbon promised us a bourbon bottle, so I'm ready.
Oh yeah, I'll bring some bomb samples for sure.
Yes,
That'd be cool.
Let's do it at CNFT Con for sure if you can. How does that work? Can you transfer? Are you flying, or can you travel with it?
I'm in Arizona, so I'll probably travel with it. But there's a couple distilleries in Vegas that I've been to before that I really want to visit. So
all of us here. I know you're gonna be a busy man. All of us, Robin knows what's up. But let's all
I feel like we should be there a couple of days before the.
Can you guys hear
so we can chill. What's up, Ada man? How are you doing?
What's up,
Hey, how's it going?
We might have to be there. Yeah. What's going on? So glad to have you tune in here. We're just vibing right now.
Fun time, dude. You missed all kind of unbelievable, like, what Bourbon does. He showed us it's some sick stuff, brother.
I know.
I heard it, so you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I'll see the recording. We had such a great talk yesterday, bro. I'm so excited. Like the whole community is super excited about what you guys about to drop. Yeah,
I just got the serum just to let you know.
Yeah, Tal just bought live. He just sniped it in front of me, and then he bought it. So just
it's crazy in here, Ada man.
Like I'm minting 11 more.
Ada man, I'm in here taking notes.
Oh, bro, yeah, this shit is complicated, bro. This is Bourbon. Just like it was dropping so much information yesterday. I was like, oh man, I need a notebook right now. There's too much stuff to write down.
Yeah, it's the one thing from previous ownership, there was no real plan or guidance, and after my art was done, I didn't really know what I was going to be doing after or what the plan was. And now being in full control, it's like I see the vision of what I want to do in the future, and kind of just gotta put things into place, and being able to control all aspects and is important to me and important to the project for the long term.
Yeah,
right on.
And that's very good that you see the vision. You're not rushing with that. You're taking your time. It's good. I love it.
No rushing at all with me, sadly. But I like to put in my time. I'm more of the problem with me is I'm a bad procrastinator. So I'll do something, and next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, I have a lot of stuff to do, and it's like I just go crazy at the end. So it's just my ADD.
We might have to be in CNFTCon for a few days early because I'm obviously going to have my own table. Is ADANAUTS going to have their own table? What do you think?
I don't know. I've been hearing some up and down stories of project leaders with some things about CNFTCon. So I've been kind of just focused on the project right now. I don't feel like I have the energy to focus on CNFTCon and all that.
Ooh, I want to hear about that a little bit.
Drop. That's what you should be aiming on. That's it. That's what you should do right now. After the drop,
Yeah,
I think there's enough spots for everybody, right?
Yeah, and if anything, I'll just hide behind Robin.
Worst case scenario, just be with Robin in the same booth.
And I have a double booth, so I can always just give you. I have a 2 table, so
seems like you solid, Brrrbon.
But Brrrbon, like for real, I told you this yesterday. Just bring some clay. We want to touch this thing. We want to play around with it. You got to teach us how to make clay art for sure. I want to do that.
Show Ada Man right quick if you wouldn't mind. Show him the couple things you put together, man. Check these out.
Show us the eyeballs and the hard clay.
Yes. So I have all these characters. They're all here in clay. And so it's like I have all the characters, and then it's like if I want to do the eyes, where's the eyes?
It's so sick, dude. Each thing, Ada Man, is soft, and then he
my God,
and it's all like
he baked them, dude.
This looks like a toy factory, bro.
It is, bro.
Dude, he's got hundreds.
Look at that. He put it. It's so unbelievable, bro. Watch, it's so sick. So
got the black eye. There's so many.
Oh, what?
Yeah, there's let me see here, and then it's like I have all these different mouths and stuff. So
showing all these little alphas. Did you show the bodies too? The bodies, man, crazy.
Yes. Dude, I'm so pumped with the gladiators. Like those
are the body. Those are like the core bodies, right? Those are the main bodies.
Oh, gotcha.
Little belly buttons.
They got them dad bods. We know about that.
Yeah. Hey, I got the dad.
What you know about that?
And then it's like, let's see.
It's so amazing. So, like, how are you gonna do it? Are you doing anything like Sergio, kind of like planting the seed?
There we go.
Oh, that is so fire!
Damn, Hypnotoad,
bro. Like, throw it together. Throw if you wouldn't mind, Brrrbon. Like, if you don't, like, you already like. Finish that. Finish that.
Oh, is that with a TNT like D-Gen Tunes?
Throw the body and the feet on that puppy.
Show us SpongeBob.
Can you? Okay.
Oh, you got the SpongeBob.
It's hard because I have to do it all flat.
I understand what you mean. You take pictures of each. I forget you said that. Yeah.
Don't be breaking nothing.
Don't break them.
Yeah. I'm sure he has enough though.
That TNT is crazy.
Brrrbon, you didn't have to demolish the clay after you dropping the drop?
So I'm giving away the eyes. So the eyes, if you meet me at CNFTCon and you have an ADANAUT and you show me you have an ADANAUT, I'll give you an eye. So I'm doing that. I'm still debating what I want to do with the mouths. They're a little bit more delicate. I don't think they'll last. The eyes are, they're solid. They're a circle, so I'm not worried about them breaking or anything like that. But I was thinking about destroying all the pieces, reusing the clay, but it's such a pain when you reuse clay. You get all this debris and dirt and all this nonsense in there that it's just a hassle to edit. And so what I like to do lately is just to use new clay every time, so I don't really have to worry about cleaning too much of it. But let me show you.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to show you the SpongeBob mouth.
Oh, while you're showing the SpongeBob, so you say you're gonna have very small drops in the future. Will you make physical items for holders?
Oh,
with the lollipop.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
So yeah, physical items for members. That's definitely an idea to have to do kind of physical pieces for people. It takes, I probably have to do molding, make molds of everything and do that. It's not out of the picture. It's just time consuming. If I have to, 7,000 people want a physical, it's going to take a lot of time.
You can make a drop of 50 or 75 or 69, who knows, but
what you can put it in a box, like a blackout box. Like
we'll talk to Kent maybe.
Are you open to doing any of your like 3D ADANAUTS? Like not like actually, like you said, physical to where, like you said, just is that something that's replicatable, or would you rather chip your own? Like, what would be easier for you? Like, you can just program the metadata in and they can just like do that, or I mean,
So yeah, no. So I've been reached out by a couple people, asking if I could, do like a 3D scan of the ADANAUT so that they could, take that and put that into something in the future. So there's definitely opportunities for that. These characters are more, the interesting thing about clay is you're always trying to cheat the camera. So whatever way you can do to cheat the camera to make it look right, or the right shadow or the right, angle, it's all about that. So these characters are not, if you look at the characters, the backs of the characters are not really like, you're not seeing the back, so you don't see that. So I would recreate the characters so they're all like fully 3D and all that, and render them. That's a possibility in the future. Again, I'm not focused on that right now. There's so many opportunities, and what I'd like to say is that people like, with all these metaverses, people are going to want to have their avatar, like looking at the Vox cats or, whatever, all these different things, these different metaverses have, they're going to have an avatar. So, I would love to have a possibility in the future to have like an ADANAUT avatar people can take into these different metaverses. So.
GLB or GBL format, right? We'll just rig them. We'll probably try to get them rigged later. I mean, once, do a drop, you'll be able to have a lot more time to build on that.
Fire. Real quick, and then the IP and everything, like, are we able to like kind of like market merch and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? How is that going to work?
So that's still kind of interesting. I'm still kind of trying to figure out more of the legal aspects and kind of what can, turn out in the future, certain aspects of the future holdings of the project, and, how does that work out? I'm at this point right now, I'm kind of leaning on, having the, people have their intellectual property. They can pretty much do what they want with their character, put it on branding and things like that, make do everything like that. But I'm just triple checking the last bits before I make a big announcement.
Sounds wonderful.
It just makes sense too. It's gonna pop up the actual ADANAUT in general, because if everybody can put it all over, I think it's good advertisement. Although sometimes you need to make sure it's not go too far or something like that. So that's important.
Yeah, I think SpaceBuds had a pretty good buffer. It was kind of like, hey, do whatever as long as you don't go out of your way to be put it in their bad names. And if you're going to make a lot of money, you need to make sure that,
we are here.
You call me up, right?
That's kind of what they said. Or the same as the Ape Society and stuff. If you're getting put on by like a big production, like they want to make sure their product is being reflected in the best light, right? So like you might want to be like, yo, let me in this, let me sculpt, you know what I mean? So rather than, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all within reason, of course, right? So I was just talking about like mugs, t-shirts, some socks, because these are cool characters. I think they really pop, you know what I mean? Kind of like Pong really pops, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I really love the red sweater, the threading.
The backgrounds are sick. I'm looking at Tal's background. I could see all the fingerprints so well on his, more so than any other of them colors. For some reason, that weird orangey, rusty orangey.
Yeah, I love it.
I can't see the finger. I could see it on mine a little, but not as, it's.
I love these colors. They're such like vibrant, they're so defined. Yeah.
They're vibrant, but kind of deep. They're not.
Yeah, they got like definition to it. Yeah.
And they really complement each character really well.
Did you see the Faha one I pinned? We made a Faha tribute. I just made my most recent post. It's a Faha, and we made it back in January. And you see the background of it. It's like a space, like sheets. It's like a sheen.
Yeah, so it's like, again,
yeah, I'll copy it for y'all.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Dang.
When you're looking at all the characters, so I have like, the TNT is in different places and for each character. And, we have, let's see if this sticks.
You made it like a Lego, and that's so cool.
Like,
damn.
And so each character has a different style of mustache. And so,
wow.
And I have like money mouth. So it's like each character has something different in their mouth for money,
Oh, wow.
So it's but then it's like I'll have like a character with like the tongue sticking out like this, and all the characters have like a similar tongue, so it's not too diverse.
Super good
So
quality.
cool,
You are
dude.
so talented.
For real.
How
Yeah.
do how like
man?
How?
So the mouths are not fired; they're still wet. So if I wanted to take like the cigar out of the mouth and do something different with it, it gives me the ability.
You can actually crunch it.
I can actually the cigar. Oh,
you said you're using like a pasta maker and stuff.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
that's Dukin right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
With the suit and everything, I love it.
He even's got like a white shirt, and even the white buttons, white on white, everything's
Love
cool.
it. That's clean.
So cool.
Exactly.
You should have make a small horse next to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should actually.
That'd be hilarious.
Dude, this is unreal, bro. We love it. I can't, like I said, man, this is perfect timing. We needed, like, this is really, cool to see up close and personal, man.
Yeah.
Like,
and
all that goes into it. Each picture you go through and take a picture, everyone. That is just so much work that I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like all the work that goes into everything that you do and all of the artists do,
Oh yeah. So it's like I have like here's a money teeth, so it's just
Wow.
The money is not baked too, right?
No, I don't have the money baked right now, so it's not. So it's so here's the money.
Oh my gosh,
That
look at
is
that
so cool.
detail.
Wow.
Oh, still stop.
How do you do that?
So cute.
Is that
Is this a
all
screen?
literal
Is this
clay, bro, and no
It's like
paint?
the tiniest little finger.
Is that paint at all?
No, it's all
So
clay.
literally each one of the
clay.
little
Oh,
I can see
clay,
it, dude.
bro.
So you went in each one and like did 6 layers of different color. Oh my
Dude.
god! Wow.
Bro.
is that Scream character, right? Is that the guy from Scream, the movie?
The Scream background, is that the Scream?
No, like the face, right? And the bill, and the paper, and the money bill,
the mask.
the mask.
The
Yeah,
mask?
yeah.
For the Faja one.
No, in the face of the
On
money.
the dollar bill, it's
Dollar bill. Yeah,
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks like a ghost or like the president.
it's like a ghost. Yeah,
It looks like a ghost. It's supposed to be
George Washington.
George Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dollar.
I want to ask it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to put the detail in there.
Yeah. I put it
crazy.
George Washington, but yeah, I can see it.
Whew. That's so
It's so
funny.
cool.
Sheesh.
Yeah, for real, dude. That is unreal. I cannot wait. Tal, you made a good move.
I'll get this for Tal here. Let me get a good character. Oh, so I have with all these mouths, I also have pretty cool mouths. Like I have a husky mouth.
That is cool.
Oh,
Dude, that dog is good.
Oh my
man.
gosh. Wow, turn it to
my
the side if you don't mind. Turn it
dude,
sideways.
yeah. Look
That is
Wow.
unbelievable.
Whoa.
Brrrbon, are you interested in doing like little auctions?
my
bro?
God.
at.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
he's got to
Not
do
a bad
commission pieces
idea.
later on.
And then
That is-
we have
Oh, the ape.
Oh,
That's how
the
you do
ape.
an ape mouth, dude.
Ape
That's
mouth.
how you do an ape.
and then the gorilla.
Oh,
Very
word.
Oh, wow.
And then I still have to fix this one. We're making some I think we have to redo this one because it didn't really look too nicely, and I have to. So I made the elephant, but I think,
What?
Oh my god!
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
That's
So
sick. That looks-
cute. I'm upset.
but I have to redo this one because it doesn't really look good. So I think we're gonna redo. So I have to make a whole bunch of elephant tusk or things for the skin color.
That
So
looks
Oh my
good to me, but
God.
cool. We'll take it.
This
You
is
didn't put the picture yet?
Brrrbon,
That's,
you're insane. I'm telling you, it's such a good way.
thank you. And then
It's
little bad boy.
Oh yeah, we know. all
Wait,
about
oh, is that a bowl?
Oh, yeah.
That is so
Oh,
cool.
I need the
man.
Sherlock's. Oh
Oh
my
my
god,
God.
and the
Right.
swirls.
That's
Everything.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's for Tal.
Yeah. So
Unkeef, christened too. Ready for a nice fucking spark.
Unbelievable, bro.
yeah. So it's
So bullish.
So
on this project.
last thing I want to are you open to doing like auctions? Imagine like you doing like, you can buy the NFT, like you have whoever is willing to do something for you. They send Robin or whoever, look, I want this piece. you do it like your little 10, 20, 30-minute session. You send them the NFT of them making your individual piece. You auction it off type. Like that could be something like very like a cool little thing that's like, that's something that you could do that. And that's just me. Like if I had your skills, bro, I'd be like pimping myself out all the time. Like who wants this and this?
Pumping my bags. Like
Who
we
wants
said.
my
Pumping my
stuff?
So I like to make a lot of fan art. So like when Bright Pals came out, I made my toast and Bright Pals.
Oh, that's
indeed.
cute.
Toaster, Bright Pals, dude. Is that a toaster? Like a
Yeah.
toaster?
Wow.
That is so hilarious.
Oh
Look
my
at that toast
God.
with the toast out of it.
And then it's like, and then I have, let me see if I still have this guy working here.
I gotta see.
You do me a Joe Burrow, son. Joe Burrow.
Oh, it broke.
Give me a Cincinnati boy.
Broke.
But I had this like a little ape here from a Ethereum project.
Dude, that's it.
What?
And this one right here, I made it. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're the biggest Chad in the world," and then everyone's like begging me to make them their own version of it and send it to them. And I'm like, "Oh man, I have so many requests." And it's like, if I really wanted to pimp myself out, I could easily do that.
Bro, but it's a lot.
But it's a lot, and I want to focus on my own collection. Kind of, I feel like if I build my name with the collection, that these future pieces would hold more value towards them.
And can I interrupt you a little bit? You are kind of doing something already with the project, right? Are we able to kind of disclose that for this alpha?
Which aspect?
The mega serums or the
Oh yeah, so so I have the Genesis, it's the all powerful antidote, and I wanted the Genesis holders to have to craft something else too as well, other than just already having the best antidote. So there's going to be a small amount of these radioactive serums that they're going to be able to gather, a very small amount. And with these ones, it's going to have not the best success rating, but you're going to have a full mutation rating, which will allow you to essentially transform another NFT project into the ADANAUTS with permission. So it's essentially saying like you have a chilled Kong or a Space Bud, since they give you intellectual property. You can say, hey, I have this radioactive serum. Here's my ADANAUT. Here's my Space Buds. And it's like I'll be essentially taking the Space Bud's head and putting it on the ADANAUT's body.
What? That's
kind of doing it like that. So there'll be a small amount like that. So holders would kind of have to earn and try to get those items to craft that radioactive.
So you could do like her king and like whatever, like in the Ape Society, like you could pick and choose and brand it like that. How many of those are there gonna be?
It's gonna be a very small number of those.
That's
so
really
it's
we might have the community.
I feel like this is the only game that I really want to play on chain, and because I don't do anything except investing. Just to let you know, Brrrbon, I don't do nothing. But from some reason, I haven't been in the Discord like almost at all. But I want to know more. Like that's different. It's like fun in a different way. You make it fun. I think the vibes around you. I just like it.
So the philosophy.
And I usually wrong, but I think this time I'm not going to be wrong.
No worries. The philosophy that I have is that being in the United States, it's kind of, I'm not really sure what the legality things are going on right now with staking, with coins and all this aspect. It's, it's a gray area. And if I'm really looking to have this as being a long-term project, I can't be getting hit by the law or something like that 2-3 years and being taken down. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything right. So the idea of these airdrops and going along the story kind of is also another way of staking. If that kind of makes sense, a variant of staking to where you're holding on to these NFTs, you have a say into where they go, but there's no expectations of you're going to be getting X, Y, and Z. So,
is someone selling before they reveal? That's the question. I don't think I'd be able to. I'm going to lose my mind probably. That's
I mean, it would hurt, especially if you have a really nice one.
Yeah, it will be very painful move, I think.
It'll be interesting.
But that's the risk.
Yeah, you get a number you sold, that's for sure. I would. And go check it after the reveal and be very upset, That's really cool, though. It's something definitely different. I don't really have the patience for that. I'm going to tell you after the 10 to 14 days how I feel about it. I'm going to definitely
So that's the thing. The people who have the most conviction with the project and who stick with it the longest are gonna find the most benefit from it. You know, the people who are just in it and only want to read the too long didn't read and are not really engaged, they're gonna miss out on things. They're gonna have characters that are on JPEG store who are might be getting one of the radioactive ingredients and they don't know what's going on. So if you're invested and you have the most conviction in the project and kind of see what my long-term vision is with what we have going on here in this season and going forward, I think it's going to really benefit them.
I have to say, you're always in NFA, and we see you in that financial advice in the space. You should definitely come and talk to us more. Like, update us. We want to know more. I see you all the time, and I know you because of Cardano Robin. And then I went to check Blake's video and stuff like that. But you always there. You digging into the night, and it's obvious. I see you all the time. So we definitely want to see you more, like talking, come to us, like tell us what's going on, what's the progress. It's fun. I really like it. I think that's one of the top project I'm gonna hold for sure. Probably it's no brainer for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I definitely need to get into more spaces. Yesterday someone was saying that I should host my own spaces. I love talking about bourbon and liquor, and so I think I could have something really fun and engaging with that too as well, and what's in people's drinks and just having a good time and just that's the best way is to really chit chat with people and get into these spaces like this with what you guys did. And drama always happens, and it's that's where you get all the juicy information and the behind the scenes and all the alpha. So definitely got to get involved more.
And it's just a different way to connect with the community rather than Discord. It's just a whole different vibe when they can hear your voice and hear your background and just the passion in your voice or just on anything. It's different.
Yeah, just know you as a person. We don't need it all about your project. He said, what are you drinking? Yo, he's human. Oh, he likes Pappy Van Winkle. Oh, stop. You know what I mean? I like that cheap shit. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah, after the video, after that, it was funner to actually talk to you last night. And being interrupted, it's on a different level. That's why I love the spaces. It's like literally take us to the next space. Everybody showing up. It's people that don't show up. Literally lately, we do not even mint them no more, and that's insane. We don't even look on these projects because they don't interact with us. So it's important. I love that.
Yeah.
I second that sentiment.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I told you yesterday, Brrrbon, we were bullish with Daily looking at all the art and all the pictures. But when you came and talked to us and started talking about all this complexity and the different layers of the project, it was like, oh my God, we're going to lose it. This is beyond expectations. So you went from 8 out of 10 to I don't know, 15 out of 10 or something. So that really makes a difference. Truly, this is, and we're pretty picky about stuff. So hearing people that are passionate about their projects, we know that people are going to stick around or be part of the community, and this is what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think there was one thing that being someone in this space and a collector, when I look at projects now and try to if I'm buying a project or not, I like to evaluate more. Is the artist still a part of the team? Are they looking to grow as the project? Are they staying in the project, or are they just commissioned for that? They're a known artist, but they're commissioned for that project, moving around. So there's a lot of things that I kind of reevaluate, and kind of being in this space for now, being live for now about a year now, you can kind of see the trends and kind of seeing where things are going. And I thought that, being the artist and being here and promoting it and doing everything and really, being a part of the whole community is super important. And I think that's a little bit missing in some projects in this space sometimes.
Facts, 100%. I mean, especially now it's changing. I mean, the transparency and just being there to open the answer some of these questions that in Discord, it's so hard to convey your message. You got to type so much and it's misunderstood. It's much easier to just, either market yourself or correct the issue or just convey your plan. It's much easier. So really cool, man. Thank you so much, man. For both of you to come out. I think we answered everything. Again, y'all have any other questions? Anything y'all?
No. I think we should wrap it up. It's hour and 40.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Anything that we missed the show and share it last time, please, Robin. let
Yeah,
us
do
know.
a final recap. Can you do a quick, like 2-3 minute recap just to kind of what we covered today?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's essentially we have our project coming out on the 13th of May here for our private sale and the 14th of May for our public sale. There's going to be 3,000 set aside for the private sale, and any remaining that don't get sold there will be put into the public sale. So public sale right now is at 4,777. We're handmade 100% in clay, and when I say 100% clay, I really mean it. From backgrounds to clothing to eyes to mouths to the laser eyes to everything is all in clay. And we're on this journey all together. We're in these unwanted alien bodies, and we're trying to figure out this path how to get back to being humans.
Love
Awesome.
it, dude. So here we
Love
go.
it.
Last time, y'all. Please check them out. The Discord. Check out their website. Right here in front of you. The private man is gonna be May 13th. It's gonna be 60 ADA. If you own a Genesis like Tal just sniped, you're gonna get a guaranteed 10 mint. If you own one of the other
Compound G's,
you get 1 for 1, and a whitelist you get 1 for 1. And if you don't have any of the above, public mint, they're gonna say about 3,000 available. May 14th, 80 ADA. Good luck. Get your Daedalus and all your nodes running, because it's gonna be gonna be great. And last thing, 2 seconds. Pickle Slick minting service, is that correct, or something like that? My bad.
Yep. Cyber Pickle minting. They did the Aping Riot Clubs. They did, I think, Nifty Worlds. They did Petbot. They did Space Apes. They're a new kind of minting crew, but they've definitely made a name for themselves. They have a really great vending machine, and they're building a reputation. And if they need to ask help, they're close with a lot of the known devs in the space.
Hey, awesome. Thank y'all, both of you, and the NFA crew. All y'all, appreciate it. This has been an epic interview. Man, ADANAUTS, good luck to y'all. We hope to get you on hopefully like the NFA channel, YouTube after the mint. For real, and just see how y'all feel right after the weight's off your shoulder, and you see how the community receives your project, right?
We'll do a mint party.
Yeah, for sure. We'll probably definitely be able to be around because we're not minting it. We're just kind of making sure it's working right. So
we'll have to do a reveal party. That's what we'll have to do, is the reveal party. That'll
be fun.
Reveal party, minting party. Right? You pump it up. That's why we like it.
Yes, absolutely. Do that like maybe on a weekend or something, like in the evening. So you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, American time. Sorry to be biased. So we can get out. We can go live, maybe. We can't all be playing hooky from work too much, right?
Let's do it. You know what's gonna happen on NFA when the reveal is gonna happen? Trades. We're gonna do it trade live.
Just keep in mind to the audience listening, once the reveal is happening, there probably will be some dumping, but that'll be a good time to snipe because I think, as you mentioned before, we're going to be issuing blueprints to different careers, and you're going to need those blueprints to do certain things later on. So you might want to just continue making sure that you're doing what you want to do before you make some mistakes later on. So reveal is nice, but again, we're not done once we do the reveal. So
not financial advice every night. What, like 9 p.m. Eastern? I mean Pacific.
9. It depends on when I'm finishing work, basically, and then if there is anything special. So whenever I finish work, I came home, I take my shower, kids, stuff, whatever I need to do. Then I open it and run it all night usually. And that's it. And if there is anything special, the whole crew usually open stuff. So we're good to go. NFA, not financial advice, NFTs, we hear every night and we love it. Not recorded. So we're getting alpha, just to let everybody know.
Join us.
Absolutely.
Hey, anything else? Anybody else got anything to say before we
man? Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Robin, thank you very much for going through the details and showing us what's good and everything. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate the platform and giving me the stage here to kind of wow you guys with my art, and I feel really special here, and I really look forward to what we have, and I appreciate you guys for doing what you guys do in this Cardano space. We're really trying to make it grow, and it's spaces like these that really help us, form this community and really make it grow. So thank you.
Yeah, and you guys are like real natural group of people. It's like you actually have real questions, your real engagement. It's honest, it's sincere. Like people really see that, right? It's not like fake stuff. So like when people tune in, they actually listen to you guys because you're real ass people, and that's people who I vibe with very easily. It's people are like, oh, it's the jungle. Oh, it's the jungle. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is this so hard to talk in the jungle? Like, if you're just a real ass person and you just be real, like, I don't know what's so hard to be talking in the jungle. So I really appreciate you guys doing your thing, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, look, we
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
y'all, and we're gonna keep doing us. You know,
Yep. We appreciate
staying
that.
salty. So,
Be
yeah,
real.
man. Much love to everybody.
Yes.
Check us out, like, subscribe to the Daily Chronicles. Check out ADANAUTS, and we're gonna be dropping some NFA stuff here really soon. So again, man, thanks for joining us. See ya.
Good luck in those wings on the drop, guys. We'll be seeing you soon.
Love the wings.
The wing.